Thanks for joining us. You've tuned into ARIRANG News. It's Friday, October 14th here in Korea. Strong remarks keep coming out of South Korea and the U.S. as North Korea's military provocations continue. A top U.S. diplomat has warned North Korean leader Kim Jong-un that he would, quote, immediately die if he attempted a nuclear attack. Foreign Ministry correspondent Kwon So-ah tells us more.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un would almost certainly be killed himself if he ever used nuclear weapons. Daniel Russell, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for East Asia, told reporters that from Kim's perspective, he might have the ability to carry out a nuclear attack, but there's hardly any chance he'd survive the overwhelming military response. He said for that reason, such a tactic cannot be his plan A. Russell also labeled North Korea's claims that it's developing nuclear arms for deterrence absurd and stressed the nuclear program weakens Kim's grip on power rather than making it stronger. These comments reflect Washington's toughest ever North Korea policy and come amid a wave of opinions from U.S. experts and politicians on the need for preemptive strikes on Pyongyang. Russell also sent a message to China calling for the country to get tough on Chinese companies that aid North Korea's nuclear weapons program. He said if Beijing takes investigations and punishments into its own hands, the U.S. won't have to do anything. But if not, Washington has the right to take action under UN Security Council Resolution 2270. Kwon So-ah, ARIRANG News.
North Korea may have sold its fishing rights in the East Sea to Taiwan in a bid to boost governing funds for the Kim Jong-un regime. A source familiar with North Korean affairs says North Korea recently sold its license and dozens of 300-ton ships from Taiwan have been fishing above the northern limit line, the de facto maritime border separating the Koreas. The source said North Korea receives about $1,400 a day for allowing a single Taiwanese vessel to fish within the area. Also, it's known that North Korea is forcing the Taiwanese ships to recruit North Korean crew members and pay them monthly salaries. It's estimated that the earnings from the fishing rights sales amount to millions of dollars a year. A South Korean government official says Seoul is working to verify the source's claims. The South Korean government confirmed in August that the regime also sold fishing rights in the East Sea to China. 10 people have been killed and 7 injured after a tourist bus burst into flames on the Gyeongbu Expressway on Thursday night. Police in the southeastern city of Ulsan say the bus carrying 20 people was on its way to Ulsan from the Daegu airport when one of its tires exploded and slammed into a guardrail. The people who survived the inferno were taken to hospital to receive treatment for smoke inhalation and other injuries. Police are now questioning the bus driver, identified only by his surname E, and focusing on why he abruptly changed lanes before the accident occurred. Whether the accident was the driver's fault is not yet clear. The passengers were retirees of Hanwha Chemical Company and their spouses and had just returned from a trip to China. As had widely been expected, the United Nations has elected former Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Guterres as the next Secretary General of the world body. He will succeed Korea's Ban Ki-moon in January. Park Jong-hong has the details.
The 193-member UN General Assembly has officially and unanimously elected the next chief of the global body. Outgoing Secretary General Ban Ki-moon called Antonio Guterres a wonderful choice who brings deep and solid political experience to the UN. In his acceptance speech, Guterres expressed the need to fight for peace, alluding to the burgeoning threat of terrorism and xenophobia around the world. In particular, he said it's the world's moral duty to help put an end to the suffering in war-ravaged Syria.
I feel a deep solidarity in relation to the Syrian people. And to see the Syrian people suffering so much, it's something that absolutely breaks my heart.
He also highlighted the importance of gender equality in his speech, calling it a priority commitment of the UN to protect and empower women. Guterres had served as a Portuguese prime minister from 1995 to 2002 and as the UN High Commissioner for Refugees for 10 years until last year. He will start his 5-year term on January 1st, 2017. Park Jong-hong, ARIRANG News.
The K-Content Fair kicks off this weekend at COEX Convention Center in southern Seoul. There, visitors will have the opportunity to experience a colorful range of music, games, culture, technology, and other content representing Korea. Here's what the director said about the event.
There are themed halls to allow visitors to experience various content representing a convergence of technology. It will provide a glimpse of what the next generation of content will be like.
Things get started on Saturday with a K-pop concert featuring 10 groups, including SHINee, NCT, Seven, and Crayon Pop. The fair is taking place alongside the second phase of the Korea Sale Festa, the country's massive shopping and tourism event, which runs until the end of the month. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Business Daily is up next. Don't go away.